Don't go anywhere because I'm going to show you the coolest version of Satele Shan's double lightsaber. This bad boy here from Corband. This thing is absolutely cool. Signed with elf sabers. You don't want to miss this one.
May the Force be with you, Padawan.
Hey nerds, welcome back to the Fellowship of the Nerds. I am your host as always, Luke Skywalker. Today, like I said, I have a really cool one to show you. One that I'm going to sound all Kylo Ren here, but I've been waiting a really long time to show you.
I've been waiting for this day for a long time.
Because we're going to be checking out Satele Shan's double lightsaber, which is insanely cool. It's normally insanely cool as it is. But this version, the one from Corbin, is fantastic. Now, if you're new to the channel, please remember to subscribe. It only takes a second, and that way you won't miss any of the cool content that we do. Having said all of that, I'm going to show you a really cool crate that this is not something that will come if you buy this from Corbin. But, and by the way, if you do get this one Corbin, you can get 15% off with the discount code that you'll be seeing here, Fellowship. And that way you can save some money on this one, because this one is definitely not a cheap saber, but I'll show you why it's absolutely worth every penny that it costs, because it's totally cool. But this crate is one that Elf Saber did a while back. I just found one and I just knew I needed to get it because I needed to show you. I unboxed this lightsaber on this really cool crate. So here it is. Okay, before I open this box, I just want to make something clear. This box is not what you're going to get from Corbin. This is a box that Elf Sabers made back in the day for this release. You can see here's the Satele Shan Elf Sabers. You see their logo, the old Jedi Order logo, which I think is beautiful. I think all around this box is beautiful. When I saw it, I couldn't resist it to put our amazing Satele Shan from Corbin's inside. So just want to make you aware that this is not what you're going to get once you buy your Satele Shan from Corbin. Now, having said that, what you are going to get is you're going to get your hilt, you're going to get your adapter or connector or whatever. You're going to get your wrench, your Allen wrench, Allen keys and stuff, and retentions, all of that you're going to get. This came with the box. This is a plaque for Satele Shan that, you know, Elf Sabers used to make, and I think they used to make them back in the day. I'm not entirely sure which, if there was a logic to which they would release with a plaque, but there you go. Now, this is your hilt. Absolutely cool. Really cool. You have your main button and your aux. And I think this is as close as it gets to being 100% accurate to the game. Look at the blade plug. Like, one of the reasons why I went with this was the blade plug, because I was seeing X-Tech Sabers and TXQs and this is just, to me, really did it. And then of course you had 89 Sabers, which is really good, but definitely more expensive. And they have that blue tilt, but I just, this is really what makes it accurate to the game. So this is the version you want to get from Corbin. So let's check it out now. And here is double lightsaber assemble. Look at this thing. Is ridiculous, isn't it? Like, the level of detail that it has and everything. The blade plugs is, to me, one of the things that really drove me insane, because I've seen plenty of other versions out there, more affordable than this, but nothing to do with the blade plug. So absolutely cool. One thing that I will say right now that this lightsaber kind of kills me with is accessing the chassis. Now, usually you'd expect that you access your chassis down here, right? So like, once you have them split, you'll just simply remove the cab, either unscrewing it, or in this case with retention screws, and you'll have it. No, to be wrong. You will not have access to your core that way. You'll have to remove this and then remove the, you know, these bits, and to access your core from up here to turn it on. Really convoluted. In my opinion, this could have been done to the bottom. So definitely something that when it comes to ratings, you'll see that it's not going to be that great. But once you turn it on, this thing sounds and looks phenomenal. So let's turn it on, put the blades in, let's turn it on and take it outside, and you'll see how amazing this thing is.
Emotions like fear and anger lead to the dark side. As the Jedi Code teaches us, there is no emotion, there is peace. Remember those words when times are darkest.
I told you it was a really cool lightsaber, didn't I? Now I want to show you how to access your chassis, since I mentioned before. So you're going to want to unscrew where the buttons are, and this will come off once you've unscrewed it, like such. And then it's as simple as lifting. It's not really intuitive, because you instinctively will think, well, if it doesn't come down from down, you'll want to like unscrew and you'll see all these screws everywhere. But no, it's only it's only that one screw on the buttons. And then you're going to want to activate your kill switch.
Taking a life affects the living force and the one who does the killing.
And this is of course the amazing soundphone that brings, as nearly all the Corban sabers do, from Reaver's arsenal. And this is very cool because I don't know if you're going to be able to capture it there, but that says Shan in Arabic, so I think that's absolutely cool. Let's put this back together, and I'll put one side of it only because I think for the dual configuration it's going to be a bit tricky to do it inside. And we start again from the beginning.
Emotions like fear and anger lead to the dark side.
Super cool. Absolutely cool lightsaber. Like, seriously solid, guys. I cannot tell you how amazing this thing is.
As the Jedi Code teaches us, there is no emotion, there is peace. Remember those words when times are darkest.
So this is part of the sounds that Reavers include, so we just put one as the post off for this. Now we're going to do the Huan Sith Satele Shan.
Jedi Master Satele Shan.
I absolutely love, if you listen closely, see that little, like right before it turns on and right after it turns off, there's like a click, like a switch. Super cool. I'm not going to go over all the rest of the sound phone because it includes the usual sound phones that you can get from Corban, which is like 30 plus sound phones. And they're all Reavers, so you know where to get them if you want to get them, but separately, not all of them are for sale, but some will, and you'll have the link in the description. But just on sounds alone, this thing is absolutely worth it. I like all Corban sabers if you think about it, because all Corban sabers comes with like 30 plus sound phones on average. A sound phone costs you around 10 bucks, so like you have like 300 bucks worth of sound phones on any saber that you, and they're not like the generic worse sound phones that you get from other makers. I will not name names. These are very cool. So like I love when stores out there that, you know, like do your sounds and they worry about getting nice sounds, be that with Reavers, be that with K-Sith, be that with whomever, right? Like, but like the fact that there be actually some stores that will care about that sort of stuff, something I always appreciate. Now let's go over with ratings, and on ratings I'm going to give this I'm going to start with design, and on design I'm going to give this an 8.5. The reason why I gave this an 8.5 is very simple. It's the access to the core. The fact that it's not intuitive at all, that you automatically think, oh, I'll unscrew this, and then you realize, oh, wait a second, there are screws here. Oh, well, I'll unscrew this, and then you unscrew and you can't do anything. You cannot remove the core, and you're like, what? And then you start wondering, well, it stopped, and you start seeing all these screws, like, you know, like here and here, and you're like, so this screw, which is the least intuitive screw that you'll think is the one that's going to give you access to a chassis. So I think that's really not the smartest design, or at least it should come with like a big warning, if you will. But other than that, the design is beautiful. It's incredibly solid. You saw me to force the lockup. I was doing the hits. I think you can hit this against a wall, like, and it wouldn't do anything because it's very, very solid metal. And I love that there's the fact that it's a metal saber, so that makes it that it doesn't go any lower than an 8.5, but it will get an 8.5. When it comes to ergonomics, I will also give it an 8.5, and the reason for that is because it's metal. It becomes, once you put the double configuration, it is quite heavy lightsaber. So it's not the easy. If you're gonna use it with one, then on the one configuration here, I'll give it a 9. But on the double, which is the way that I think most people will want to do this, I'll give it an 8.5 because it becomes very heavy. Other than that, it does swing nice. The buttons never become an issue for you to swing at all. So like you can absolutely, and they're not a problem that you're thinking, oh, if I turn and have my hand here, I'm gonna click the buttons accidentally. No, like it's absolutely perfect. So you don't have to worry about anything. But yeah, it's more on the weight that makes it the 8.5. And when it comes to sound, this thing is gonna get a 10. Not only because it brings a really good sound from the character, and then you can get others like we've done here installed in the Juan Sith one, but it's also, and also not the fact that it brings a ton of sound fonts like all the Corban sabers does, but it's the fact that it's so loud.
Emotions like fear and anger lead to the dark side.
Perfect. Like you hear this without any, you hear without any issues whatsoever. So
As the Jedi Code teaches us, there is no emotion, there is peace. Remember those words when times are darkest.
and the fact that it brings a few sounds that you can tweak around and do stuff like this to put a post stuff is definitely gonna mean that it's gonna get a 10. So that brings the total. You will see the total right here, a very high level, I would say. So it's obviously gonna make it a recommended lightsaber from the Fellowship of the Nerds. And if you want to get this, you can get the 15% off of Corban using the code Fellowship that you'll see somewhere in here on the screen. You'll get 15% off. I'll leave the link in the description as well, so you can get this for even better price. And I will 100% recommend that you get this because it's really, really cool. And nerds, that's our review. I hope that you enjoyed it. I hope that you find that useful. I hope that if you're thinking about getting the Satele Shan lightsaber, it helps you make your decision. There are other versions out there, of course. You have the X-Tech Sabers version, which we never got to review. We did have that, we never got to review. And that one, the access to the chassis is definitely way more intuitive. But overall in construction and quality and everything, this one knocked it out of the park. So you have that. You have the 89 sabers with that bluish design, which looks very elegant, but I would say that this one is definitely the one that is more accurate to what it looks like in the game. You'll have others, but I think this is phenomenal. So if you're thinking about getting one, I hope that you pick this one up. You can get the 15% off with the discount code, and you're gonna get an absolute winner. So what else can you ask for? Nerds, until we meet again, I've been your host, as always, Luke Skywalker. Remember, the Force will be with you always. Remember to live long and prosper. May the odds be ever in your favor, Melanin. And until we meet again, Mischief manage. I'll see you around, nerds.